the products I'm using is Summit Live, So Real Edge Control, Rastafri in the 427. Let's begin. I am doing the knotless braids. I sort of, kind of like came up with this little technique. I don't know if it's already been done yet because I didn't check and see. But for me, with doing hair that is, coarse texture, curly hair, so-called 4C hair, because I really don't like calling, our texture of hair 4C, because God never intended for our hair to be rated like that. All hair texture is beautiful to me. There's no texture of hair that's above another. But this texture of hair is, I would say, is kind of unique because you can do anything under the sun to it. And, all the braid styles that I've had for many of years was done with coarse textured hair. This also can be done with hair that is thin, and that hair is, more on the straight and don't have that much texture in the hair. It can be done with that texture too, just so the root doesn't revert back, curly. Because a lot of people with the so-called 4C hair, that your root, I'm just gonna say it like this. When I press my hair out, I don't silk press my hair out or flat iron my hair to where it's slick straight. I leave texture in my hair. And as I go through life, go through my day, and living my busy life, if my hair reverts back or the curl pattern come back into my hair, I don't repress over that until I wash and rewash and condition my hair again, and then maybe I'll I'll press it out again and do it that way, because that's the best way for me to do it. I've been doing my hair like that for many years, but for coarse textured hair, adding a little piece of hair and not braiding their own hair down will prevent the their texture of hair, when they start to get that atmosphere start to hit it and it want to get curly again. That little piece of hair will prevent that. Just adding that little piece of hair will prevent it. So what I'm doing is I'm parting a section of her hair, and I'm splitting it in 3 sections. Then I'm going to split the hair in 3 sections also. And I'm using So Real Gel because So Real Gel is thicker than jam. So that's So Real Gel, thicker than jam. You can use a little brush to brush, the hair. I do that mainly at the top portion of the hair that they want kind of slicked down a little bit straighter, But then you see me, I'm splitting the hair in 3, and I'm going to add the hair to the 3 parts of the hair going up under their hair, their natural hair. And I'm doing this to hide the knot, where you can't tell whether it's a knot or anything that's starting off. It's a knot, so it blends in seamless. And then once I add the first piece, then I start adding the tiny pieces of the hair as I braid down, at least 3 or 4. And when I got to her top, I think I used about 4 pieces of hair going down. But these are braided all the way past her behind, so these were very long. And I'm braiding it down now, and as I braid it down, I add the So Real Gel again to the ends. And the white stuff that you're seeing is the Summit Live. I also add that in the hair because with the So Real gel, it kind of have this, once it dried down, it has this ashy gray look to it. So I add the oil to it to kind of prevent that it from looking that way. And then after I finish braiding, I add oil sheen to the hair to make sure that ash look fade out. But I am twiddling along. But I missed you guys. You know, I am so happy because my subscribership went up. You know, seeing people, they're definitely subscribing to the channel, and I am so happy about that. Thank you guys, because I haven't put out a video in a while, but I really thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. And I'm just waiting to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so I'm gonna work really hard to do that. And I'm so appreciative that you know, you guys hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all new subscribers. Thank you. Yeah, but getting back to the video, also I want to say this too: negative comments. Now, people have been leaving a couple of negative comments that are kind of getting up under my skin. To me, you know, the negative comments is not necessary. You know, because I do things the way I do things, and you do things the way you do things, and that's fine. Like, one girl made a comment talking about, one of my videos, those were called freedom braids. I'm like, everywhere you go, California, New York, somebody gonna name something different. It's gonna be a different name everywhere you go. So freedom braids, pick and drop braids, piece by piece individuals, it's all the same, you know. And then, you know, negative comments about how I should have, you know, did the one that I did, the style that I did with the lady with the extra small, and I braided them and I dipped them in water. Oh, you should have blow dried her hair. Look, do things your way. I'll do things my way. If you do things different, then create a channel and showing you doing things different, you know. But for me in this house, we're going to do things my way. I've had enough experience. That's why I say 35 plus years of experience in braiding hair. So I'm experienced in what I'm doing. So I don't need no comments telling me how I should have did, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We don't need that. Positive comments, because there's a lot of positive comments, and I thank you guys so much for the comments. And you know, I try to answer questions if you have any questions that you want to ask me or anything, because like I said in the beginning, we are about to get real funky over here. I'm about to do some of my old styles. I'm gonna recreate them over again and bring them out again. A lot of styles that I won hair shows on, I'm gonna recreate those styles again and bring them up to 2022. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with that. And I'm not just talking, I'm gonna do it. But a lot's been going on lately, you guys. I mean, a lot's been going on. I had not injured, but sprung my inner thigh. Then I got this big old sharp pain in my side, sitting down braiding hair that wouldn't just go away. Then I ended up with a knot in front of my forehead. And I'm like, why is all of this happening to me? You know? And it's just been crazy. So I've been really busy over the summer, and so I haven't really taken out time to do another video, because now I have, you know, 3 young ladies now that are going to interchange out, that's, you know, going to model for me with certain hairstyles. And I'm still looking for more models. You know, if y'all in the high desert area, Los Angeles area, Las Vegas area, and if you want to model just let me know. And, my phone number is in the description. My email is in the description. So just let me know. I'm really looking for people that have not super short hair, but slightly short hair, because I can create a lot of stuff, dealing with people with shorter hair versus longer hair and thicker hair, But anyway, getting back to the video at hand. Her hair, I would say we use the hair scale, thing. I would say her hair is like a 4B, and braiding her hair, it was pretty easy to do this style on her hair versus somebody that had really, really thin hair or hair that was really, loosely coiled hair. Because I did another client like this, and even though I was adding a little piece of hair, her hair was still sliding. And it was hard for me to really keep that little tiny piece of hair to her scalp. So this definitely works best with coarser textured hair, Yeah, it works really good with coarsely textured hair. Just take that tiny piece, you see me again, we splitting it in 3. And you're gonna take that little piece of hair, you're gonna split that piece of hair, little tiny piece, in 3. And you're going up under that very top piece that you split in 3, you're going up under that, and you're going to start your braid. So I think I braided down probably like 3 or 4 turns before I started to add the hair onto it to make the full braid. And we braided it all the way down past her butt, And this style is very long and tedious. It is. It's very long and tedious because me personally, I just like to pick up a pack of hair, section it off, and put the braid in. Putting all them tiny pieces of hair in, child. It takes so long. I was like, oh, I can't stand this. And then my shoulder was kind of giving out on me too. I was like, oh my goodness. But people are liking these knotless braids. Well, I wouldn't call mine knotless. I call them not knotless braids. They have the illusion of the knotless look, but they last longer than knotless braids does. And this is my beautiful model. Her name is Miss Jaden. She's in college now, so she came up, and got her hair done and everything. And I thank her so much for coming up and being a model for me for this, Yeah, so we are braiding along. I'm sectioning hair. Okay, you guys, I don't use combs. I use clips because in the past, using combs, they fall on the floor. You gotta pick them up, and we learned in cosmetology school, once that comb falls on the floor, you gotta use another one. So I always kept that in my mind. I just don't pick up the comb and reuse it or whatever. But I like using clips, and I've been using clips for years. And how I know how to part really straight with the clips is using the lid. So what I'll do is I'll part first with just the clip. Then I'll go and put lid to the scalp, and then I will repart it again to make sure that part is super straight. As straight as I can get it. Because I'm not into all of that super straight. Everything got to be super duper duper, because it all comes neat and blends itself together anyway, Yeah, but so I've been pretty busy for the past couple of months, so I wanted to do a video sooner. What I was gonna do is do a video based on my hair and my daughter's hair, because people always stop me and my daughter when we go out. Oh, you guys got beautiful hair. How did you grow your hair? Da, 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 da. So I want to do a video and explaining how I take care of my daughter and my hair. And that will be the next video coming out, because I just got to get a few things together for that to make the video come out really nice. Okay, we inching to the top. Now you see how her hair look like knotless braids, but you know, like I said, I added that little tiny piece in it. So technically it's not knotless braids, okay? Not knotless braids, you braiding their own hair and then you're adding tiny pieces of hair as you braid down. That's knotless braids, you know. But you see how her edge line is kind of thin, so when her edge line is thin like that, I make the, you know, the braid, the piece of hair that I put in just a tiny bit smaller, and then I add a little bit more hair to that section as I braid down. And see, that's the part I'm talking about, when people have, you know, the edge line or whatever is kind of thin, or, you know, I've dealt with a lot of older women, you know, they're getting their hair done and they going through certain transitions and stuff. And the hair is thinning, because I am experiencing that too. As thick as my hair is, it has thinned out, you know, for a little bit. And I was like, oh my goodness, my hair is thinning. I used to have so thick, ropey, thick, beautiful, beautiful hair. But it's still beautiful, because I still get a lot of comments on it, you know. And it's so amazing to me when we go out. It's like people, I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, especially in our culture, because I don't think people really think black people hair grow, you know. Even my own people, you know, oh yeah, like it's something out of the ordinary, which it shouldn't be, because there's a lot of black women that have long, beautiful hair, you know. But like I say, you know, my hair, I really don't do too much to it, you know. I just, because this type of hair, you can't be manipulating it all the time, you know. You gotta leave it alone, you know, for it to really grow, you know. Anyway, as we're twiddling along, you guys, and you know, we at the, I think that's the 5th, no, what's this? Because I have 3 rows in the back, so yeah, that's about this, almost the 7th row that I did. And these are considered small. I do them much larger too, in the same technique. And how I came up with this technique was, I have a young lady and she got all kind of textures in her hair. I mean, the back texture is super slick straight. Then she got the curly in the middle. And then it's kind of a little bit more curlier in the top. And then around her edge line is slick straight too. And when I started to do the knotless braids, that stuff was just slide, and it wouldn't act right at all. So I told her, I was like, I'm gonna have to, I can't do this. So we're gonna have to figure out another way, especially for your back. So I just started to add the little, and this was years ago, but I say probably like 4 years ago. So I started adding the little tiny pieces of hair into her hair, and then it just all blended in, you know, it just blended in. I know you guys like, this girl just rambling on, but gee, you guys, this video is like 35 minutes, really 36 minutes, so I had to make conversation in between me talking about hair. Yeah, but we're twiddling along, you guys. And then, a couple of things, you guys. Excuse the lighting, excuse my focus. I'm getting back into this again, so a lot of things are off. Like when I did the final reveal and I taped the final reveal, I only got half. I cut off half of her head at the top, and I was like, okay, you got to get better with this camera situation, you know. So the space that I'm in, like the little corner that I braid in, it's kind of tight over in that area. So I got lighting going around me and also lighting on the camera tripod. But my body is kind of blocking one of the lighting things, lamps, the lighting lamps. And so that's why you kind of, you know, see when I move back, you can see it really good in the lighting, and then when I'm into her head, because that's why I kind of step back, you know, I'm braiding her hair more going back, is because of the lighting, you know. But like I said, this style took me, I say, with me stopping, refocusing the camera and everything, I say probably like a good 8 hours to do, you know. These are small. The larger ones take about 6 hours. The medium, I say, you know, between 6 to 7.5 hours. But they super long. Hers, like I said, hers all the way past her behind. Because I use the full pack of hair, and this hair is longer than all the standard packs of hair. Like, you know, like they have that 3-in-1 hair. I use that hair on people's head, but I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I like braiding with coarser texture, like the Rastafri that comes in a purple and yellow pack is coarse. It's classic coarse. It's how the black and gold used to be back in the day, way back in the day. So it's kind of coarse, and I love that, braiding that and natural hair, and also people hair that's have a looser curl. I love braiding their hair with that pack. Now the other pack, which is the yellow and green, it's coarse too, but it's really, really soft. It's coarse and soft at the same time. So I use that a lot too. It's like this particular hair, braiding her hair, you know, the coarse soft. You know, I like braiding individuals, twists, whatever with that hair. But the one in the purple and yellow, I like doing the jumbo goddess braid individuals with that. I love using that type of hair on their head. Also with the one in the yellow and green, the twists come out beautiful with that. It twists tight and everything, you know, with that type of hair. So I love Rastafri brand. You know, they hit my channel up. Thank you for hitting my channel up, Rastafri. When my subscribers get big, then we can collaborate. Because I love the brand. I do. I love the brand, you know. But like a lot of times people bring that 3-in-1. But Rastafri do have a 3-in-1 too. That, you know, is cool. I like that too. But that other hair, you know, I really don't like braiding with that hair. You know, I see a lot of people do braid with that hair, which is cool. But for my fingertips and me doing hair for years, it's weird because it's just like certain hair with your fingers, the texture of certain hair works well with your fingers. So if you use that 3-in-1 and it's cool with you and the texture of it's cool with you, by all means, you know, I'm not knocking it. But for me, I really don't particularly care for it. You know, that's for me. You know. Yeah, we at the very top of her hair. Like I said, her edge line is a little, you know, a little thinner. And I'm making a braid, the braid a little bit more tinier, and adding little tiny pieces of hair as I braid down her hair. make it seamless. The way I'm adding the hair, it makes it seamless where you can't tell where, if you know, if hair was even added in there. And we braiding along, and as I braid, I'm adding the So Real gel. Like I said, I parted with the Live. And I've been using Live for hundreds of years. I've been using Live when Live was $2.50. Now, Live is like, I say from 11, well no, from like, yeah, I say from $11.99 all the way up. I even seen it for $24.99, and I was like, I will not, if it goes that high, I will no longer buy it. Buy this product because, you know, I do a lot of heads and product and stuff. Even So Real gel is expensive. It's damn near $12 a jar, and I get the larger jars, you know. And like online, the larger jars, they $16.99 to $24.99. I've seen online because I like getting some of my beauty supplies online because sometimes you can find deals online. So with the Summit Live, I get it online, and I get it about for like $11.99. You know, even though I can go into the beauty supply and get it, I just like, you know, ordering stuff online because I don't like going into places a lot, especially in these days and times, you know. But yeah, I order it kind of in bulk, and I just, you know, have it stacked. So when I have a client, now you guys, like I said, I like the So Real gel because it's thick, and for coarse textured hair, it works perfect. Now I've used jam, but I really didn't like the texture of jam. I think the jam is a little loose for me, you know. So with coarse textured hair, I'm not really with that jam, you know, stuff. But I have it too, just in case, you know, I run out of the So Real. Because sometimes you can find that on Amazon for real cheap, you know. Like I think I got a jar or two from Amazon, and I think I paid a little bit under $4 for it, and I was like, wow. Versus the So Real, which is down there, you know, $11, you know, $12. But I used it, and I really didn't like it. I guess because, like I say again, my finger, you know, certain textures on my fingers that work. Because with the So Real, it's thick, and when you braid it down, you really feeling that product, you know, as you braid it into the hair, and it's really slicking down all them curls and stuff. But for looser texture hair, I think the jam works, you know. I think it works too, really good with the looser texture hair, you know. Like I say again, I ain't doing with that 4C, 4A, 3A, and 2 and 1. I'm not with that because, you know, God created all of our hair, and He said everything is good. You know, even though sometimes we don't think it's good, it was good because He created, because He didn't want everybody to look the same. He didn't want everybody to have the same skin tone. He didn't want everybody to have the same hair texture, because in our culture, I believe, this is only my opinion, there's over 40 different hair textures, so you can't really rate certain hair textures, because I done had people that had soft coily hair that's really coiled, you know. And then you'll be surprised, a lot of African women hair that I do, they don't have so-called 4C coarse textured hair. You know, one of my clients, I just did her hair not too long ago. I'm like, what? I was like, your hair is so soft, and but she had really coily hair. So you always can't go by, you know, that. It's just the texture of your hair and how God called it to be spun out of your scalp. That's just it. You know, and all hair textures are beautiful. And our the coarse hair texture is amazing, especially when you lock it, because it has a memory to spin once you start locking it. So that's the amazing part of our hair texture. And then two, you could do anything. If I show y'all guys my braid pictures from the past, which I'm going to download them and kind of do a series on them and like I said, recreate them over again to bring them up to 2022, because a lot of them was done in like 86, 90s and mid 90s and stuff, you know. So I'm gonna bring all of that out again too, you know. And so many different things we can do with our hair. It's just so amazing, and I absolutely love my texture of hair. Period. Point blank. Because I'm going to, like I said, do a video, my next video on hair and hair texture. I know I talked a little bit about it on this video, but next video definitely about hair and hair texture in my 35 plus years of doing hair, you know. Yeah, so we're winding it down at the very top, and you see I'm still adding hair to the hair, because I'm adding more hair because I'm trying to make sure the length is right all the way down to the end, because you know the hair, as you braid higher, it shortens, so you got to make sure you braid it to the length all the way down. You know, that's why I'm adding a little bit more hair as I go down. But for the most part, you know, this is the Knotless Braids. You know, for hair that is loose textured hair, that, you know, you want that, they want that knotless look. They have thinning hair, they want that knotless look. You are able to achieve that. And so I'm braiding all the way down, past her behind. And you guys, my shoulders was hurting. I was sitting up there like, oh my God. But you know, I'm sort of used to it. But like I said again, I'm getting older and inching towards retirement in the next, I say, 3 to 4 years. If God say the same. You know, making sure, you know, because physically you really have to take care of yourself as you age, especially doing labor intensive work, because braiding hair is very labor intensive now. Look, like I said in my other video, when I was young, I used to bolt out 3 heads in a day, you know, and I still could do that, but at the end of all of that, I would have to take an Epsom salt bath and rest for 2-3 days to kind of bring my body back into balance again, you know. So you really have to take care of your body and everything, but you know, it gets to you sometimes. And then, you know, and then people wonder why you charge what you charge to do certain things. Is because physically it wears on your body. It does. Wears on your hands, your back. Like I said in my last video, I have double sciatica. And it flares up from time to time. And even, you know, now that I sit, it flares up, you know. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But, you know, that's life. And that's, you know, the field that I chose to work in. So I just had to take the good with the bad with anything. Because if you had a desk job and you had to, you know, was an accountant and you had to do figures all day, that would you know, lay heavy on your mind. The stress of your job will lay heavy on you. So in everything, there's, you know, a level of stress, you know, whether it's mental or physical, it's a level of stress, you know. So we are braiding now. Braiding on down, you guys. Our hair, and it's so pretty. I love this color, the 427 mix. I love that color, and it looks so pretty on her skin tone. If it was left up to me, I would have put just a hair of platinum in it to really bring, probably like in the upper 2 rows. Put just a tiny piece of platinum in it. Oh. Well, that's just me. Yeah, a little tiny piece of platinum really would set it off. But I like that color. It's beautiful. And they do have that color mix. Now we are winding down to the end. And this is the final finish of everything. You see how it's just like knotless braids. You cannot tell the difference at all. It's so pretty. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.